Right now, investigators are trying to determine what led to a mother and son's deaths after finding their bodies in a Sauk City home.
And a local Gold Star family member is concerned budget cuts could mean an end to government-funded outreach services.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Sauk Prairie police say there are no obvious indications as to what caused a mother and son to die in their Sauk City home.
Our Amanda Quintana is at the police department there with more on the investigation and how the two are being remembered. Amanda?
Yes, well, police are still unsure what caused the mother and son to die, and they're still unsure how long they were there before a neighbor called in a welfare check. The chief tells me, regardless, this is a tragedy. They both lived here for a very long time, and people in the community knew them.
He's lived there this whole life and took care of his mom when she needed the care, and was a good neighbor. And
for more than 60 years, the Foss family lived in this Sauk City home. David Foss, the same age as Sheila Anderson, just up the street, the two playing and growing up together.
He always played loud music back then when we had the 45s. And he would be upstairs in his bedroom and with the windows open, and the whole neighborhood could hear his music. And
just around the corner, David's driver's ed teacher, Jim Jackson.
He got his driver's license and was happy about it. Came over to show me.
A tight-knit community now with another memory when police showed up Sunday afternoon to find 63-year-old David and his 88-year-old mother Margaret dead inside.
Well, anytime that you have two people that pass away inside a residence in close proximity to each other, we have to look at all the possibilities.
Neighbors called police after noticing the lawn hadn't been mowed. Nobody had seen them in about a week, but police are still unsure how the two died, ruling out carbon monoxide poisoning, and they aren't looking for a suspect.
We are not looking at this as being somebody breaking into the house. There's no signs of forced entry. We just cannot determine the cause of death right now. There's no obvious indications of what the cause of death is in this situation.
So basically, they lived a private life and died a private life.
Yeah.
For those who have known David his whole life,
we're just so used to seeing him out and around and in the neighborhood. He comes and visits once in a while.
The fact the mother and son might have died together,
maybe it was planned from the man upstairs, that
is bittersweet.
Because he would have known how hard it would have been for just one of them to survive.
Autopsies are scheduled for tomorrow. Police expect to have a few more answers as to what might have caused them both to die and also how long their bodies might have been there.
Amanda Quintana reporting tonight. Amanda, thank you. And new information tonight, the Jefferson County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the 59-year-old man who died during the swimming portion of the Lake Mills Triathlon yesterday. Officials say Scott Beatsy of Elkhorn went below the water. First responders were not able to revive him. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police are not investigating his death as a drowning and say it was a medical incident.
1 week after a fatal crash on Highway 151 in the town of Trenton, another man is dead. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office confirms 39-year-old Eric Hagenbart of Beaver Dam died at the hospital on Saturday. Officials say he was driving the wrong way on the highway and was suspected to have been drinking. Last week, we talked with the fiancé of the other driver killed in the crash. 24-year-old Ryan Schultz of Sun Prairie was hit head-on and pronounced dead at the scene.
There are some shower chances tonight and tomorrow. We are hoping to dry out, though, after that. Let's get our first alert forecast with meteorologist Dave Caulfield. Dave?
Yeah, almost up to 48 straight hours without raindrops in Madison. I think we'll hit that in the next hour or so. We have seen the clouds throughout the day across southern Wisconsin, and it has been a little bit cooler than normal for this time of year, but still not a bad day overall. Up to 68 degrees with a south wind at 9 miles per hour, humidity at 45%, so that's not too bad. Definitely cooler near the lake, 56 right now in Milwaukee, 73 in Boscobel, and 71 in Platteville, and you could see that onshore flow keeping things a little bit cooler than might otherwise have been the case with the sunshine today. Day planner, temperatures falling into the upper 50s overnight with the chance of some showers and thunderstorms throughout the day tomorrow. We'll go over specific timing on multiple rounds possible in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Dave, thank you. A Gold Star family member says he got a strange letter in the mail saying the contract for outreach services will no longer be available to Gold Star families.
News 3's Jamie Perez spoke to the man who got the letter as well as the outreach services director as to what this all means. Jamie?
All right, so right here actually is a snapshot of that letter. It's handwritten on the inside of a thank you card. It says, "Thank you for the honor of serving you. Due to the budget cuts, the government has decided not to renew the contract for survivor outreach services." Now, being a Gold Star family member, this irked Kermit Hugo. Now, Hugo's daughter died in Iraq in 2007 and says it's outreach programs like this that helps other families deal with the same type of grief that any parent would go through after losing a child, with no information on the card saying anything about where Gold Star families can seek help. Hugo says this letter angered a lot of other military families who saw it.
It's just so unprofessional. I just don't understand. You know, again, unless it was something that she thought that they already did send something, or is this the actual, your actual notification, you know, from the military? You know, that's something ain't right.
Now, I did reach out to the 88th Readiness Division who sent this letter. They said all services will still be available to Gold Star families through civil servants once the contract expires on June 30th. So anyone who is a member of a Gold Star family that is concerned, you can reach out to the 88th Readiness Division. They said they would be happy to help you get in contact with any service that you may need.
Jamie, thank you. New at 6, there will be no charges against the former Beloit Memorial High School teacher who was accused of sexually assaulting a student. Police say the investigation into Scott Abbott is closed. The Rock County District Attorney's Office made the decision not to charge him in April. Abbott was arrested in February after a student told school administrators to report they were touched inappropriately. The school district says Abbott is no longer employed with them. A Quick Trip in Baraboo has removed all apples from its shelves after a customer found a metal object in one of them. Police say this happened at the 8th Street location near St. Paul's Lutheran Church. Right now, they don't know how the item got into the apple. Investigators are working with Quick Trip Incorporated and the Sauk County Health Department.
Janesville Gazette will soon be under new ownership. Bliss Communications announced it plans to sell the paper to Adams Publishing Group. President and CEO Skip Bliss also announced Janesville radio stations WCLO and WJVM are also being sold to Big Radio. He says the sales will put the newspapers and radio stations in a strong position to compete as part of larger groups. The final transition is expected to take place in mid-June. Both buyers say they intend to keep all Bliss employees.
Governor Tony Evers says he's connecting the dots between state departments to make sure people have access to affordable health care.
Our Danica Lewis has more on that new collaboration. Danica?
Well, the governor stressed today that this partnership will happen regardless of whether Medicaid is expanded, something he has been pushing for since his campaign, and Republicans have been against since budget talks began. Now, this collaboration between the Department of Health Services and the Office of the Commissioner of Insurance is focused on getting more people informed and enrolled, whether that's through private insurance or Medicaid options. Again, though, Governor Evers stressed that this partnership will happen whether that program expansion is approved or not.
We still will be fighting for that expansion because it is the easiest route, it's the most effective route, and it's a route that will use the federal money that the people of Wisconsin have already paid for.
These new outreach efforts will be focused on low-income Wisconsinites who teeter on the line of being eligible for government help. Now, the Finance Committee will take up the Health Department's budget tomorrow. It will consider funding for roads later on this week. And Governor Evers did mention today that he will not rule out increasing the gas tax, even though Republican leaders say they won't accept his proposal to do so.
Going to be a busy next few days.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Danica, thank you.
Sure.
More local news tonight. Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is kicking off LGBTQ Pride Month by raising the rainbow flag in front of city buildings.
It is so important to send a visible signal that Madison is a welcoming community and that the city is an inclusive employer.
Throughout the month of June, the rainbow flag will fly in front of the municipal building and the city-county building. At night, the municipal building will be lit with rainbow colors. Rhodes Conway is Madison's first openly gay mayor. The mayor is also celebrating Bike Week, riding to a press conference with a group of alders this morning. Madison has been recognized as one of the most bike-friendly cities in the country multiple times. More than 5% of residents bike to work. Right now, there are several path expansion projects in the works, plus wayfinding and signage improvements. The city is also adding Green Street markings to bike lanes, but city leaders say more still needs to be done.
As we grow, we're projected to get 45,000 more jobs between now and 2050, over 100,000 more residents. And we can't really address those transportation needs with motor vehicles. We just don't have any more capacity on our arterials. So we need to switch to other modes, which includes transit, but also includes bike.
For more information on upcoming Bike Week events like maintenance stops and community rides, go to madisonbikes.org/Bike Week. Willie Street Co-op is working to brighten up its facade.
You can get involved in the new mural project when News 3 Now at 6 continues. Stay with us. Although former Packers safety Clinton Dix will soon be wearing blue and orange in Chicago, he's catching up on some unfinished business here in Madison.
Through his nonprofit foundation, Clinton Dix transforms unused classrooms or corners of existing libraries into new reading spaces he calls Hero Headquarters. Today, he unveiled his second headquarters at Mendota Elementary School. It features more than 600 brand new books, plus beanbags, rugs, and chairs. Students asked Clinton Dix why he makes these kinds of donations.
This is more important than catching the football to me. I think being able to give back to the community, give back to the youth who are one day going to raise my daughter. I have a 3-month-old daughter, and one day she's going to have to look up to you guys. So I expect you guys to set great examples for her.
Coming up, Sports Director Jay Wilson will have more on Clinton Dix's future playing with the Chicago Bears. The Green Bay Packers Foundation is accepting applications for their annual grant program for the next month. This year, the foundation is awarding funds to nonprofits and projects that address a wide range of issues, including animal welfare, the environment, and health and wellness. If you would like to apply, go to packers.com/foundation. Last year, the foundation awarded a record $800,000 to 230 civic and charitable groups.
Not far away, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers are temporarily rebranding themselves in honor of June Dairy Month. The team announced it'll change the team nickname to the udder tuggers for the June 20th game against the Clinton Lumber Kings. Part of their Salute to Cows promotion to celebrate America's Dairyland. Udder tuggers t-shirts are up for sale online right now at timberrattlers.com/MILBstore.com. The community will soon be invited by the North Side Willie Street Co-op to paint a mural on the exterior of the co-op's building. Willie Street Co-op partnering with Dane Arts Mural Arts, who focuses on bringing together the community to beautify neighborhoods. The arts program designed 3 murals for people to vote on: Sonder, cultural engagement, and Good Things Grow Here. They symbolize the complexity of a meaningful life and promote the creation of diversity in food production and food systems. Next at 6, a group of volunteers at Meriter Hospital is making a big difference for newborns.
We'll introduce you to the cuddling crew and share why they're donating their time to these infants in need. Meriter Hospital's tiniest patients are cared for in the NICU, where the hospital gets help from some extra pairs of hands to provide comfort for the little ones.
It's just incredibly rewarding knowing that you're helping with something so simple, just the gift of touch and therapeutic comfort, and but yet it's so vital to the infants.
Tonight at 10, we'll introduce you to the NICU's baby cuddling crew and tell you why they were willing to wait years just to volunteer.
All right, let's check out weather now with meteorologist Dave Caulfield joining us in our first alert forecast. Dave?
Yeah, a little bit on the cool side today, especially to start off this morning. That was a breath of fresh air, we could say, because temperatures started off in the 40s across southern Wisconsin. Highs did eventually make it into the upper 60s, so overall not too bad. We've seen a steady stream of higher clouds throughout the day, and we could make a Steve Winwood reference here, but we'll skip it for now. We are noticing the clouds sticking around, and we'll actually see them increase over the next couple of hours into the overnight hours. So we are watching high temperatures and temperatures right now in the upper 60s in Madison, high of 70 in Janesville and Monroe, 67 in Watertown, definitely cooler near the lake. You could see the effect of that lake breeze on those thermometer readings. 59 the high in Milwaukee versus 73 farther to the south and west in Prairie du Chien. As I mentioned, those temperatures pretty close to their daytime highs with a warm front not too far away to the south and west. Doppler track is not really showing anything on our radar just yet. If we zoom out, though, we could see some decaying showers to our south and west. The energy from these showers and storms still going to linger into the overnight hours, so we actually could see a few showers by the time we get into tomorrow morning. I think multiple rounds of showers looking like the most likely scenario into tomorrow. And if those thunderstorms form just the right time, some of them could be a little bit on the stronger to severe side, mainly looking at hail and some gusty winds at times for portions of southern Wisconsin tomorrow. So keep an eye to the sky. Live look in Platteville. Speaking of keeping an eye to the sky on our Queen Bee Radio Skycam, still looking at those mostly cloudy skies. Those overcast skies really have been around for much of the day, but at least the sky was letting in a little bit of sunshine earlier on, not so much right now in Madison. On future track, we noticed the clouds on the increase, as I mentioned, overnight. A few showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two possible to start off Tuesday morning across southern Wisconsin. Then we should get a break, and it's during this time frame, the afternoon and evening hours, that if we do get a thunderstorm to develop, that's the most likely time where some of those storms could be strong to severe. Not really looking at much in the way of activity, at least according to future track, but we'll keep an eye on that. The activity starts to ramp up as a cold front comes through early on Wednesday. Now, some of our friends to the north and west could get this severe weather earlier, but I really think as we get into late Tuesday and early Wednesday, that's when that front comes through southern Wisconsin, providing some showers and thunderstorms to spots like Madison and Janesville and Monroe. But the important thing here is by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, I think most of us are dry again and temperatures will be near 80 degrees. Generally looking at about a quarter to a half an inch of rain from the multiple rounds of showers coming through, but there definitely is downpour potential. We could see some locally heavier amounts are possible. The 10-day forecast, we are watching temperatures stay in the 70s as we head into Thursday and Friday, and that's when our dry weather is back as well. Into the weekend, though, we do have some slight chances for showers and storms for Saturday and Sunday.
At the State Boys Golf Tournament at University Ridge, a player from Edgerton is leading the way in Division II. The story's coming up in sports. It's been a lousy spring for playing golf, but it was a pretty nice day for the first round of the WIA State Boys Golf Tournament at University Ridge. In the Division I competition, Mount Horeb's Kaysen Fager qualified as an individual. He had a really good day today. They say par's a good score. Well, Fager had a lot of good scores today. 36 in the front, 36 in the back. That's even par 72. He's tied for 7th individually. Big story this week in Division I, though, is Arrowhead's Pearson Hunt. He won the state tournament as a freshman. He won it the sophomore. Now he's a junior. He's in position to make a run to the 3rd title tomorrow. Hunt double bogeyed his first hole, but recovered nicely, shot 1 under par 71. He's in 2nd place, only 1 shot behind the leader. In the team race, Marquette University School is 7 shots ahead of 2nd place Middleton. Badgers' Blake Wisdom is the Division I individual leader at 2 under par. In Division II, Edgerton fans really enjoyed watching their guy, Joe Forsting, play today. Edgerton's #1 golfer is #1 in Division II right now. He started on 10, went 4 under in the back 9. Then he got his 2nd eagle of the day on the front 9. Right now, Joe Forsting is 4 under through 17 holes. In the team race in Division II, Edgewood looking for its 3rd straight team title. The Crusaders trail Lakeland Union by 1 shot in the final holes today. Carl Gilmore leads Edgewood individually. Edgerton 4th as a team, but again, Joe Forsting, the individual leader, with just a few holes to go. And in Division III, Abundant Life Madison Country Day has hopes of a sweep as a team and an individual title, too. Boomer Zirath leads the challengers, who finished 2nd to 4-time champion St. Mary's Springs last year. Springs isn't in the field this year, so perhaps opportunity is knocking for Abundant Life Madison Christian Day, or Country Day. Ron Cowley is leading Division III with a few holes to go, but Abundant Life Country Day is well within striking distance. Zirath's challenger's teammate Jack Rollins 4th individually right now. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said today he doesn't think 4 preseason games are necessary and hopes to have a 17 or 18 game regular season negotiated in a new collective bargaining agreement with the players, but it's no lock the players will agree to that. And former Packer and now Chicago Bear HaHa Clinton Dix was at Mendota Elementary School today to open his 2nd HaHa's Hero headquarters to help students get inspired about reading. Clinton Dix is excited to be a Chicago Bear.
This goes to show that my talent isn't going unnoticed. It's up to me to continue to build my legacy, and I'm happy to be a part of this Chicago organization. The team has something special going on, man, and I'm proud to be with Nagy.
Brewers don't play tonight. They open a homestand against the Miami Marlins tomorrow night, but the big news, they're bringing Travis Shaw back from AAA, so someone on the roster has to go, and that guy is 2nd baseman Keston Hiura, who's hitting .281 with 5 homers in 17 games. He had some big hits along the way, like this homer that tied the game in the 9th in Pittsburgh Friday. If Shaw's hitting woes continue, he has options to go back to the minors, but for now, Travis Shaw is in, and Keston Hiura is out on the Brewers roster. The Cubs beat the Angels, by the way, at Wrigley this afternoon, 8-1, so Brewers lead is 1 over the Cubs with just 104 games left in the regular season.
Almost to the postseason. Tough to see Hiura go, though. He's played some good baseball.
Yeah, but, if you're bringing Shaw back, and, he was hitting 163, so he better hit 165 at least.
Yeah.
So,
try a little improvement.
Be out of there.
All right, final check, Dave.
That's how Gary handles the weather office, by the way. I'm going to get sent down to the minors tomorrow, so I'll be packing my bags. But at least we have some decent weather this evening with temperatures in the upper 60s. We do have those overcast skies in place. Increasing clouds tonight with a chance of rain arriving very late, basically Tuesday morning. And temperatures will be in the 70s as we get into tomorrow with chances for showers and storms. Some of those storms could be a little bit on the strong side. Dry weather returns Wednesday afternoon.
Dave, thank you, and thank you for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.